Welcome back to Terrafirmagreg. Like I said at the end of the last episode, we are going to do some cheese today. And right behind me, that barrel, we've got a barrel of goat's milk. So we're going to turn that into cheese. It's going to be wonderful. So without further ado, let's get to it. So cheese, we got the goat milk here. It's not goat milk. How do we actually make cheese? Alright, so you start out with goat milk, which we have. 2 buckets of goat milk with 1 rennet will give us 2 buckets of curdled goat milk. So that is the first place to start. We have a whole barrel so we need 5 rennets. All products. Ooh, we got lots of rennet. That's good. And you get the rennet from killing animals. Rennet comes from the stomach of a ruminant animal. Yaks, cows, sheep, goats, musk, oxen. Okay, so we do have goats and we have a lot of sheep. In fact, we have so many sheep, we might actually start killing some of the old ones that are too old. So we are going to make some cheese curd by putting the rennet in with the goat milk. And then once we have the curd, we'll mix it with salt to make a wheel. Cheese wheels are blocks that should be placed in order to help them last. They should be aged in a cellar. So I guess we're going to have to build a cellar this episode as well. That'll be kind of fun. We need a cellar for storing long-term storage for meats and vegetables and things as well. Okay, so barrel, 5 rennet, in, seal, curdling. 4 minutes later, we'll have some goat milk curd. And then you pass the curdled goat milk through a cheesecloth to get the actual goat curd. So 1 bucket per cheesecloth. Does that mean we're going to need 10 cheesecloths? Possibly. So we might need 2 more cheesecloths. We could do it manually on the loom here. However, I think there is a way to automate this. So if we make a deployer, it can actually do a lot of things for us, like looms interacting with the loom. But in order to make a deployer, you need brass hand. Is not too difficult. It's just a bunch of brass stuff. We can do that. We already have a wrench. Electron tube. That's a little more complicated. Red alloy wire. Oh, we do not have red alloy yet. So the thing that's holding us back is the electron tube. Because normally you could take this deployer, set it up so that it's poking the string into the loom and it'll actually do the loom for you. But since we are not there yet, we're going to have to do it ourselves manually. Cloth, more cheesecloth. Alright, so we got our cheesecloth. We got our curdled goat milk. So open that up. Put in 10 of these. Alright, a minute later we'll have our goat curd. Nice. I wonder if the cheesecloth is used up. Or if we get it back. Maybe we have to just wash it or something, kind of like the jute net. I don't know though. This is my first time making cheese in Greg Tech or Terrafirmagreg. 2, 1. Okay, it does. It uses all that up, and it gives us 10 goat curds. And the goat curds, 7 days. Okay, let's put those away. And our 2 options for goat curd. We can either use the goat curd in sandwiches. We can make a cheese wheel. And I know there is something else. What is the other thing? Feta cheese wheel. Okay, so if we soak the goat curd in seawater, it'll make a feta cheese wheel. Whereas if we salt it, it'll make a chèvre cheese wheel. Don't know what the difference is between that chèvre or the feta. All right, well, let's just make this because it's easier for now. It means we're gonna need some salt, which we happen to have here. And we have our cheese curd. There's our cheese curd right there. So cheese curd, salt, some cheese wheels. Nice. They're very large. Okay. Can you just set it on the ground? You can. Interesting. Can I pop it up again? Oh, if I pop it up, it turns into like little string cheeses. Can I put it back? No. Oh, oops. Okay. Good to know. Once you put the cheese down, it's down. Can you put it in a vessel? Cannot put it in a vessel because it's so large. Okay, so we need a cellar to age this cheese. And I guess it doesn't go bad. I mean, it doesn't have an expiration date. Once I popped it off, and it does, 9 months, 1 day. Wow. That's a long time. That is so cool. And we have this goat curd, which will go bad in 7 days. So a whole barrel will make 3 cheese wheels and a single goat curd. We almost have a whole nother barrel that we could make. I think we should probably just use this goat curd up and not save it. I don't think we're going to have enough to do 2 more barrels worth. That's something to think about in the future then. If we wait until we have 3 barrels of milk, then we could go ahead and make the whole thing, and that would give us, what, 3, 9, 10. That would give us 10 cheese wheels. That's probably enough for an entire year. We actually need to make more sandwiches anyway, so our bread, cheese, meat. Can't do fruit, but we can do veggies. That will give us grain, vegetables, protein, and dairy. That is awesome. 8 very nice sandwiches. Okay, so the cellar. We need a cellar so that we can age cheese and store up a bunch of meat that we're going to be getting. And I think you can also put like garlic cloves in the cellar. So let's look into that. Cellars. Okay, another multi-block thing. Great. We are going to need a climate station. So we're going to have to make one of those. Mainly, we need to make these blocks, the sealed bricks. And you just... any kind of brick around some kind of wax. We got a lot of beeswax so that we can use that. And of course, we're going to need a door. Okay, so my idea, I think, is off this area right here. I want to have kind of a split level where off to the left you'll go down some stairs and into the cellar area, and then on the right side you'll go up some stairs and be in kind of like a storage area where maybe we can put a bunch of barrel racks where we can keep stuff that we are preserving in vinegar in barrels. So I think that's what we're gonna do. First things first, let's get lots of those waxed or sealed bricks together and see what we can do. And we need more light. There's only 2 days left. Well, I guess a month is like 10 days, so 12 day versus 2 days. 6 times longer. Can you use a bucket? I'm not entirely sure. So creosote. I can get a bucket of creosote. Can I click on this to fill it up? Yes, I can. And that worked. Okay, great. Let's go fill up all of the lamps before they run out. Still have 394 left in the bucket, which we can just pour back into there. So here's a little trick. Thanks to Culturesoft who said if you just hover over this and press F, it'll go directly into your offhand. That way you don't have to have tongs to grab it, because as long as you put it in your offhand, it won't burn you. Okay, 6 lamps, 6 glass, 6 more copper lamps. There we go. Some nice lighting in here. Okay, so now that we have this entire area sealed in, I think the next thing that we need to make it an actual cellar is the temperature controller. Climate station, that's what it's called. So we need to make a climate station. The gears are pretty easy to do. Looks like we're gonna have to find some redstone. That's okay, I know where some is. And blue stained glass, volcanic glass batch, or copper powder with the silica. Okay. We can do that, sure. What is volcanic glass? Black sand. Oh, I don't think we have any black sand. Alright, then in that case, we're going to have to do option B and just get some copper powder. It's not too difficult to get some copper powder. You just gotta, grind it up in the quern or mill it up. Copper dust and the copper powder. Well, I guess if you have a little nugget, you could use that too. So we've got 4 native copper, small native copper. That's what we need, just one of those. We'll even use the quern just for fun. Pop it in. Alright, cool. Some silica, that's hematitic. We got 1 silica left, perfect. Coloring glass, there we go. Other colors can be made using a bowl. Bowl on the ground, right button the required powder before pouring. Oh, so we're gonna need a bowl. Oh, we've got bowls. We even have bowls right here. So I guess you stick the bowl down. Okay, so we add the batch to the blowpipe. And I'm guessing you add the powder to the bowl. And you do this. Once it gets hot enough, we can press F to put it in our offhand. Oh, yeah, it says class operations copper powder. And then pour it. Yeah, that worked. Oh, because we had 2 of the copper powder. Okay, so you don't have to have it heated up to stain it. You can stain it just like that. Okay, cool. Cool. That is really neat. I like that. Of course, then, in order to pick this up, you need a gem saw. There we go. Then, we're gonna need redstone. Okay. So we need to find some redstone. Okay, so the redstone, aka cinnabar, I remember we saw some along this path. Okay, well, this is the spot. You can see there's some redstone here, and there's some redstone here, and some cinnabar surface rock. But really, we just needed those 2, so we'll come back for more later. Alright, climate station. We also need some wood, which we have, so boom, climate station, check. Go down here, open this up, and I was thinking of putting the climate station like right here. That looks good. If I close the door, yeah, it's water. That means it's a valid cellar, right? Yeah, found a cellar. Nice. So we now have a cellar. We can take our cheese and plop it down. Why does it say not aging? Oh, do I have to click this again? There we go. Got to right click this if you want everything to refresh. It will refresh eventually, but if you want to do it just manually so it does it right away, you can just right click on it. Yeah, currently aging. We've got our cheese wheels aging in the cellar. Let's get that carpet. I saw a Minecraft tips and trick where if you put a wall right next to a fence, the mobs can't get through, but you can. So I want to try that out. No, no, no. No, there we go. Only one of them got out. Now, is that true? I can squeeze through? The little guy can't. We've got our cellar, got the cheese aging. The other thing that we can put in the cellar, so you can make food shelves for putting food in. Full stack of one food item. Ooh, better than vessels, yeah. There it is, a hanger. You can use this hanger to hang, I think it's garlic and meat. I don't think you can hang other foods, but garlic and meat you can hang in a hanger. Down in the middle, some food shelves, which we can then go put in the bottom here, right in front like this. Put a couple right there. 9 months, 2 days. Take it out and put it in here. Whoa, 11 months and 5 days. Wow. That is cool. So yeah, it is much better to store stuff in a cellar than just in these large vessels. So right now, 11 months, 1 day, because they're being preserved in this barrel. If I pick the barrel up, put it in here, still 11 months, 1 day. If I reset it, yep, 11 months, 1 day. I take them out, put them in here. 2 months, 6 days. Okay, as opposed to 1 month, 0 days. So the preserving in vinegar actually extends it a lot more. So putting stuff in barrels is really good for long term. However, instead of using these vessels, we could just store stuff in the cellar for more short-term use. I like that idea. Yes. Okay, hangers are string and planks. Okay, great. Just make a couple. Looks like the meat go too wide or too tall. So we'll put a couple of these like that. I think that's fine. What you can put in there is meat, some cheese. Got this cooked horse meat. I can put that on there. Right now it's 7 days, and it's still 7. Wait, invalid. Okay, right click on that. There we go. 2 months, 5 days. So we can take all this garlic and click it right there. 1 year, 7 months. I don't think you can do the same thing with other stuff, like beets. I think it's only garlic. Yeah, garlic and meat you can hang. Okay, I did some harvesting of some food so I can actually fill the cellar a little bit. I figure this is what I'm gonna have it look like. I'm gonna have racks like right here and maybe expand on this wall as well if we need it. I think we will if we have enough food. And then back here we'll have the cheese aging below the hangers where we have our garlic and any meat that we have. So we're gonna have a nice little cozy cellar with lots of fruits and veggies and meat, cheeses, and oh, it's gonna look so nice when it's all full. It's gonna be great. And I think we're gonna call it there. Oop, I'm hiding behind garlic. And I think we're gonna call it there. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you later. Bye.